Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Jared here with GTC. I've had my Challenger now for just barely over 1 year. And as I look at the odometer, I'm coming up on 9,000 miles. So you know what that means? Time for a 1 year review. So why don't we go ahead and kick this off? Okay, so what do I think of this car? Now, for those that haven't seen my other videos, I encourage you to go check those out. I've put an exhaust on this car, a Borla ATAC exhaust. I've put some tint on it. I put some PPF across the front, and I did a ceramic coating. That's about all I've done, but this is a all-wheel drive SXT Plus Challenger. It's a 2021, and I bought it in Arizona. It was a tough car to find. You can't find a lot of these all-wheel drives in California. The reason I wanted it is because I'd been doing a bit of traveling back and forth between California and Utah. Some of that was over the winter months, and so the all-wheel drive comes in handy. Let's first start with issues. Have I had any issues with the car? There's been three things that I will cover here. The first thing is, at around 2,000 miles, a mysterious rattle started happening in the back. I will say the back right, if that sounds correct, of the car, and I thought it was the deck, the rear deck by the window, and it was driving me nuts. Turns out it was a loose taillight housing, and so I took it into Dodge, and it was no big deal. They fixed it. They put a little foam in there, and no problem. Bada bing, bada boom, good to go. The other thing, and these are minor, is there was a little bit of an alignment issue with the wheel right from day one. So the wheel was slightly kicked left a little bit. So when I took it in for the first oil change, I just had them fix it. It was no big deal. But it was weird that from the factory, it wasn't perfectly straight, the wheel. Let me know in the comments if anyone else has seen anything like that on their Mopars. The third and final thing is that depending on the pavement, if I get some real old, worn down pavement that's real rough, and it'll hit that frequency, that vibration frequency just perfect, I will get a little bit of a rattle or a noise in the center console up where you stick your sunglasses, but it's not regular, and it's only on certain roads. A little annoying, but again, can't hear it right now. There's nothing going on. I'm on this perfectly smooth highway here. So those are the only issues I've had with this car. What do I like about this car? Number one, I like the comfort. I like the size of it inside. I like these seats. I can't get these same seats in my Scat Pack. I couldn't order them. These are the full Napa leather seats. Some people may not like this, but I actually think these are more comfortable than my Scat Pack seats. The Scat Pack seats are a little bit more aggressive on the bolstering down towards the hips, and so it definitely keeps you in better than these seats, but for daily driving, you can't beat these seats. These seats are great. Number two, I am on a trip here between California and Utah, like we talked about, and the gas mileage. I mean, with today's gas prices, again, I didn't see this coming. I did not see these hideous gas prices coming. It's just fortuitous that I landed with this vehicle, and then the gas prices did what they have been doing. So yeah, I've been driving this car more than my Scat Pack, and I'm on the highway. I am truly getting even with the all-wheel drive, I'm truly getting 30 miles to the gallon. Around town, I'm averaging 21, 22, sometimes 23. It just depends. And I'm not light on the pedal. I'll be honest, I'm not light on the pedal at all. With this Borla exhaust, I punch it, I enjoy it, and I have a good time. I like driving this car. Number 3, I just like the styling of this Challenger. And you know, it's funny that I was thinking about this just today as I filled up with these hideous California gas prices, that most people, the general public, they don't know if this is a RT, a narrow body scat pack, or whatever. I just always get compliments on this car, whether it's the Octane red color, it's the Blacktop Package, whatever. People like this car. I get all kinds of compliments. I mean, it's rare that I'm out with this car that somebody doesn't say something. I've even had people in traffic, you know, honk the horn, give me the thumbs up, etc., etc. I get that with my Charger too, with my Scat, don't get me wrong. That one, in that car, I'm more likely to get people punching the gas, wanting to give it a go with a roll race or something. This car, it's a looker. I mean, the Challenger with its retro styling, it looks great. And this color, I love this color. I love the larger rims with the SXT Plus packaging here. I got 20-inch wheels on this thing. I really like the styling. So again, it's a Challenger. Can't go wrong with a Challenger. So one thing that you do hear people talking about on these Challengers is, it's not a negative, it's just part of a coupe, and it's part of this particular vehicle, is the blind spots. And that's real. So when you're shopping Challenger, you gotta get the package with the blind spot monitoring. I use that all the time. That is, I'm using it right now. And that is, I think, a lifesaver in these vehicles. So make sure when you're shopping your Challenger that it's got that. I really am a huge proponent of that. On all of these modern cars, that's a big feature. My 2014 GMC Acadia did not have that. And so when I've upgraded to these newer cars, that's a really nice luxury to have. And especially in this car with the blind spot situation, critical. You know, before we wrap this thing up, one of the things that I heard a lot of is, oh, the Challenger, it's so big, the hood is so huge, you know, it takes some getting used to driving. I didn't really experience any of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you've driven an SUV or a truck, maybe that's what it is because I've driven an SUV and a truck, and I don't really feel like the front end is that much of an issue. Now that said, I did pull into a parking garage, and when I had the car, probably within the first 2 or 3 weeks, and I did misjudge the front end, and I put it right into the cinder blocks in the parking garage at a very slow speed, but I pushed right up against it, and I about lost my mind. I got out, I looked at it, there it is, right up against the cinder block, which, you know, it's not a smooth surface. Got in, backed the car out. Thank goodness I had the PPF on it. No damage whatsoever. So the PPF really, really saved me. That is a testament to the PPF for sure. But that's the only time I've misjudged the front end. But by and large, no issues with the size of this vehicle or feeling like, oh gosh, I'm driving around this boat. I pull through drive-throughs, no problem. Went through El Pollo Loco, Taco Bell, whatever your jam is, I've been through them. And I don't really have any issue with that. Haven't scuffed the wheels or anything like that. Now, in summary, you're never going to mistake this for a V8. It is not a V8, it's a V6. You know, just enjoy your V6 for what it is. But for those who are thinking about a Challenger and they're thinking about a vehicle, especially when you weigh that against the ridiculous gas prices and the ridiculous cost of these higher end vehicles, this might be the car for today's environment, for today's market. From a Mopar standpoint, this might be the car to own, and I'm gonna be hard pressed to give this one up. I really am. That doesn't mean I won't, because our economy is tanking right now, and every liability I have, and a car is not necessarily an asset. Today it can be a little bit with these prices, but it's a liability with insurance and everything else. Everything is constantly under evaluation. But right now, I don't want to give this car up because it is super fun to drive. It's my primary daily right now, and overall, I give this car thumbs up on value. I give it thumbs up on performance for a V6. It doesn't leave me wanting more as far as a daily. Anyways, overall, I've been very, very satisfied with this car. I don't regret the purchase at all. So this is my shout out, giving some love to the V6 community, the Mopar community, sitting around with their SXTs, their V6s. Hey, we're looking a lot better right now with these gas prices. All right, guys, so that wraps up this 1 year review. Leave any comments below, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care.